Hello everybody, welcome back to the Whimsicraft server. Standing outside the villa that we built in the last episode. We've got the boat behind us, and I've done a bit of work which I can show you now, which I didn't film any of. It was kind of like one of those projects where you just want to build and don't really want to have any distractions, and it was easy just to kind of get on with it without the need to commentate everything. It's this kind of almost rugged looking path that leads from the villa, from the boat, all the way to the shopping district. And we've also installed some of these cool lights that come on once the sun goes down, so you can see that they're illuminated now. They have the daylight sensor, or the inverted daylight sensor on top, so they'll only actually work at night, or they don't give off too much light, do they? I've never really used these kind of things before. They're not too bright, so I might have to find a way of illuminating this pathway anyway. Maybe I can do some stuff along the edge. But yeah, I wanted to show you this. The idea is really to get myself a bit more connected to everybody else, starting with the main area where everybody congregates around, which is the shopping district. There's a bed there. Perfect. Maybe that's mine. Yeah, I thought a road linking where I'm basing to the shopping district was a great way to do things. And we're going to do a bit more in terms of landscaping and connectiveness today. Some more work could be done on this path, as I just mentioned. Some more lighting would be useful, and there's some blocks exposed I want to cover up with various types of stone, but the body is done. The main kind of part of the road is done, which was really my intention. What are these things? Let's see what's popped up here, because every time you come down here there's something new, which is of course great. Oh, these are the ticks. Yes. Okay, so the SOA. I can't remember what it stands for. The shopping, it's like a HOA, but for the shopping district, obviously. So they're going around and grading all the shops. So the green tick means that it fits the code, so to speak. I think that's really quite funny. I haven't built a shop yet. Fern and I had the idea to do a potion shop together. But we need to get working on some farms to provide the ingredients. We set up a place farm, which also I filmed some footage for, but I haven't put into a video yet. I still could do that, although it's not particularly exciting. It's classic digging out areas in the nether and such. But now I'll be getting some more farms done in time, so we can get some ingredients for the potions, stuff like rabbit's feet and, well, some of the more exotic items, which Fred and I were talking about how to use, so I know how to collect things like phantom membrane. I don't believe you can farm phantoms, but then again, I'm probably wrong. I think there's ways to farm almost everything in the entire game, so I probably just don't know about the way to farm phantoms. But now I'm going to focus on doing a bit more land forming, terraforming, landscaping around this region. Did I just hear a beep? You've always got to wonder on this server whether someone's set up, not a trap, but some kind of a mechanism with skulk sensors or such. Maybe that beep wasn't in the game, maybe it was something else on my computer. Okay, so we'll get some materials together, and then we'll get started on this land forming. Okay, so I've just flown over to the other side of the shopping district actually. The boat is just back that way. I'm not sure if I've shown this on camera before. This is a mountain that's been leveled out. A lot of the Whimsies all worked together many weeks ago actually now. And they left out some materials that they said people were free to take. It seems that some of the more unusual ones have been taken. The andesite I was hoping would still be here. It's unfortunate. Diorite's been taken too. Stone I would gladly take, and cobblestone perhaps. But no, it would have been nice actually if I could get some andesite. But these are just absolutely full. Absolutely full. So what I need to do is get rid of what I have in my inventory, just so that I can be a bit more efficient. There we go. How about taking stuff? Now we can get this a bit quicker. Ah, yeah, that's the one that I just put my stuff in. So this is useful materials, and then we can leave the shulker box alone. So I mean, that's a lot of materials there. I don't know why I brought 7 shulker boxes, because we certainly don't need that many. Oh, hi Cake. Or maybe you can't hear me. Hey, how are you? Sorry, I was just talking to myself, and then you turned up.
Oh no, I heard the whole thing. I just didn't want to interrupt you.
I didn't hear you come down. Will you be at the meeting later?
No, it's 1 AM for me.
Oh.
Like at the meeting times.
You probably can't make any of the meetings then, because the other one's quite late as well.
Yeah, so far I've only made it to one meeting, which was at 7 AM.
Oh yeah, well, I mean, that's not too bad to get up for. It depends if it's one you really want to attend. I love the way your base is coming along, by the way. It's really nice.
Oh, cheers. It's the same for you. I really love the modern stuff.
Thank you. I need to get a bit more work done.
Yeah, let's keep it to get some grass.
Yeah, no, it's very nice that they can give these materials away.
Yep.
Cool. Right, see you later.
Okay, bye.
Okay, let's go back to the boat. Okay, so we're back in the boat. I've just been putting away some of my blocks, actually, trying to get them back into the storage area where they're supposed to be, because there was a lot of stuff that was piling up in the house, in the villa, that I didn't want there. I want to be a bit more organised in this. Did I just see somebody on the upper floor? I could have sworn I just saw a zombie or something. Seeing things. I haven't finished this either. This is this is not what it's supposed to look like. But the villa took so long to make, I kind of feel like I want to change. Oh, and also, I got this wonderful sign left by Oggy, the new member. Absolutely great. So we gave her a tour, a quick tour of the server when she joined the other day. And I have footage of that, but I wasn't intending on showing it. I didn't think it would... it will pop up in other people's videos if you want to see it, but I'm not planning on integrating it into one of these videos. But we welcomed her to the server, and she seems quite excited to be here, which is good. Yeah, so I've got rid of most of these chests. As you can see, I'll put some other stuff in its place, maybe some bookshelves or something. Yeah, there'll be something we can do with this space here. I'm not going to do it right now, but still. There you go, 2 bookshelves. But what we need is to work on this path. And I kept this chest here because this is the kind of like nature chest I was using for decorations. What I want to build, these are not netherite ingots by the way, it's a texture pack for me when I have the nether books turn dark rather than this kind of burgundy type of red, which I'm not a fan of. So I haven't got 37 netherite ingots there, don't worry. What I want to do now is build a fountain. So I've been doing some work, and we can have a look at this. Whoops. Oh. Yeah, I think I'll keep that in just to show how bad I am at flying. Been doing some work along the path. I've put down these shrug lights, which I'll cover up with some moss carpets, just so they're not visible, but they still give off some light. There's a crafting table up here. That's unusual. This is the bookshop. I want to cover up some of the lanterns as well. I shouldn't... Oh, I'm really bad at this, aren't I? I'm going to kill myself one of these days. Not kill myself, kill my... Oh, I can't get off. Okay, that was alarming. Full speed into a wall. Nearly lost all my hearts. Yeah, so I put up some of these, as you saw in the little time lapse. I'll do the rest of them too, but I need some more wood. I'm going to have some campsites along the edge of the road, and the fountain I want to have in this area, which I've started kind of clearing out. And I'll fill in a few grass blocks to kind of level it out. I think I'll bring it up one more block, because I don't want it in a depression. It's just that this seemed to have a bit of space next to the road that I could use for the building. So this area here seemed like a good place to put it. This would have been an option, but it's kind of sloped, and it would be a bit too close to the villa. I think where I had the block down there is perfect. So what do we need for a fountain? Well, fountains are normally circular, aren't they? So we'll get some bricks, we'll get some slabs, we'll get some stairs, and we'll do a nice design. I don't know what colour scheme I'm going to use. I don't know which combination of blocks. Maybe I'll use some of the new tough blocks, which I haven't used yet in either the villa, really, or the boat. That was mainly terracotta, diorite. This is mainly quartz and concrete. And this is a combination of the stones. There's some tough mixed in there, just for some texture. But I think a tough fountain with some extra colours just to give it some more character, it would fit in really nicely. And my intention really is to make this a really cool road that people can travel along if they want to come and visit the base. And I have had lots of visitors. It's a very, very friendly and active server. Everybody checks out what everybody else is doing. It's really great. So we'll get started on this. See, mobs are going to be an issue here. But these frog lights along the side, I think, have improved this very much, because these redstone lamps, they're not too bright, are they? Which is a shame. Right, I'm going to go and sleep, and then we can get started on this fountain, and we'll do some time lapses and some cuts to show you the build process. I don't have a design in mind. I'm going to freestyle it, but I've done fountains before, and I think they're actually pretty simple designs once you get all the blocks in your hand. I thought I had a bed in here. Okay, I'll go and find a bed, then we'll get started. We've dug out a bit of an area. Let me get rid of this bed. Like I said, there's no plan here, but I've built circles before, obviously, in Minecraft, and there's ways to make them look good, and I figured I'd just dig out something that was approximately, or actually exactly 10 blocks radius and see what it looked like. So we've got the central point. I've marked a tough block, the 10th block out from here, And what you want to do is you want to kind of make it as circular as possible. So what I might do still is just get rid of a few more of these, just to really give me some space to work. We can easily fill them back in later if we need to. See, now I'm digging down to the ground. If I was to do this in third person, you see some people play this game in this view, and they're very, very good. Obviously they have done it many times and they're skilled, but I can never seem to point in the right direction when I want to do this. So, well, it's working okay. Okay, well, it's made a lot more space. So, right, so here, let's just think. What if we had, I need to go back into proper view. What I normally do is do a corner and then replicate it. So if we had 3, then we might want to do 2 coming in. Another 2 maybe. And then you need to round off this corner. So what would we have? It would be 2 1s, wouldn't it? And then that would be the curve. That's not bad, is it? So circles, you know, they're pretty easy. They're not that difficult. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. I guess it would be big enough for what I'm after. We could go an extra block out. But what I want to have is obviously something in the center, which is the fountain itself, going pretty high, you know, so it is visible from a fair distance away. What if this that I just made was the inside of the water? So we could replicate this again. So that's 2. So it's 3, 2, 2, 1. 3, 2, 2, 1. There's the 1s, here's the 2s, and here's the 3. Yeah. So 3, 2, 2, 1. I'm missing blocks. I'm missing blocks again. Here's the 2. And here's the 3. 2, 2, 1, 1, 2, 2. Once you get the hang of this, it's real simple. Really simple to do these circles. You just got to think about the kind of combinations you would want for your numbers. Get rid of this block as well. That's a 3. This is the 3. Maybe this is big enough. It's hard to tell. I also want to dig it down, so there has to be, I want a pool into which the water from the fountain flows. That's why I kind of want the circle as big as possible. So let me dig down a few more blocks actually, and then we'll see what it looks like. Okay, I'll bring you back when this is done. Okay, back guys. So I dug down a few levels and, oh, there's a hole there, fill that in. What we're going to use for the base, because I want the greys and the whites, you know, it's very common for fountains to be kind of like white coloured if you go to Italy or whatever and see some of the big fountains there. You know what I mean? So concrete, quartz, all possible things that we could put at the bottom. But calcite, I think, has an interesting texture. And in terms of colour, it's got a bit of grey in there as well. You can see these streaks that pass through the block. And it might go really well with the tuff. I haven't tried this, but I'm imagining that it's going to complement it quite nicely. Another reason it's a decent material to use in this case is I was flying around the server the other day. I was trying to get a lot of birch for parts of the villa, so the villa floor, where I had some birch on the floor. So I went to a birch forest and I passed by a mountain on the way, and there was a calcite vein in the mountain, which I was really pleased about, because calcite is a great block, but getting it from geodes, it's really awkward. I mean, you guys must have done this before. If you've tried to get calcite from a geode, you know that it takes forever just going around the outside. Calcite veins are just so quick to mine, because the calcite is insta mine with efficiency 5, I think, or maybe a lower level of efficiency. But I just tore through that vein. I brought back 7 or 8 stacks, I think. Told everybody on the server just in case they wanted some. It looks like I'm going to use a lot of it here, but there's always a chance to go back and mine some more. I think this will look really good. I like the way it reflects the light. I don't want to leave that on the ground. What did I use that? I didn't use too much. Yeah, we might integrate some calcite into the fountain itself. Let me just stick that back in there for now. Don't need all this. Probably don't need to keep this dirt either, as we have that free stuff up on the mountain, but still. Okay, so I think we'll keep the size. The size is fine. I could make it bigger, but what's the point? This is already big enough. So what we'll do is we'll have a look at what we can make with some of these tuff blocks. So I haven't really investigated the tuff much yet. So you can make the polished stuff, the bricks, and then there's these chiseled variants, and there's the rough tuff, which I'm not sure I'll use a lot of, but let's make some of each, because we've got plenty of tuff to play with, and then we can see what works. Well, actually not plenty of tuff, there's not a load here, but still, I probably won't want that many of them. I think we'll get a stack of each actually. So I had bricks as well, didn't I? And then we can use these for slabs. Okay. Oops. So what we would want, if this is going to be the edge of the fountain, we want to fill in these dirt blocks with one of these two. Now I imagine the water line would come up to here. So this is under the water, this is not. So I don't want it level with the grass here. I wouldn't want the water going up like an infinity pool. So what we could do is we could try this down below and that on top. Would that do anything? Or do we want something darker under the water, like deep slate? Now that's an option. I do like, let's quickly go and get some deep slate. I do like using the variation in colours when you have water. So you use something darker below the water to give it a kind of waterlogged effect, and then something lighter above. So deep slate would be perfect here, I think, because blackstone is just too dark. I rarely use blackstone in anything actually. Oh, I don't have a lot of deep slates. Oh, that's an issue. Why don't I have more deep slate? That's crazy. Okay, we'll try it, because I know this would look good. I'm pretty sure this would look good with the tuff. I don't want to go and buy more deep slate, that's the last thing I want to buy. Normally you end up with absolute tons of it. It wouldn't be anywhere I'm not expecting, would it? Maybe there's some back in the villa. We'll quickly check the villa. If not, I'll go and buy some more from the shopping district. And then we can start this build. What's in there? Random stuff. That's the nature chest. And they're just spare shulker boxes. Nope, looks like we're going to go and get some deep plates. Okay, I'll be back in a second, guys. Okay, what do we think of this? I really like the new tuff blocks. I think they're a great complement to deep slate, which I use on a lot of builds. Lots of people love the different variations you can get with a deep slate. I love the fact you can get the slabs, the steps, the walls with the tuff now, because you really need all these extra blocks. You can't just deal with full blocks. You need the half blocks and the walls, for example, for detailing certain things. This has turned out quite nicely. It needs some colour. It's very grey, and it also probably needs some light. I wonder if we can put some lights in certain places. But I wanted a tall fountain in the middle. Oh, that's my bed. Get that? I wanted something tall in the middle that would have a bit of a drop down, and obviously the symmetry is easy. What if we do this in the corners that are not getting any water? Very nice, very nice. Let's just get up here. Take this water away. Yeah, let's go and grab some lights. I wonder what kind of lights I think would work. So we could use frog lights, although we've been using them a bit here. Maybe some banners to hang off the fountain as well, though I'm not sure whether that would really be a bit too much detail. Shroom lights might be good. Oh yeah, I have a few. I wonder if that would give the right kind of light. We'll need 20 of them, but glowstone, redstone. Yeah. The redstone lamps are annoying because it needs to be powered all the time. Maybe these. Well, I'll take half these. I want a kind of warm light. So it has to be yellows and oranges and this kind of stuff. I don't want a kind of a pale light. I'll just put these in here. This is a kind of like random chest. I'll take some pearls actually, that might help. Yeah, let's go and see if we can put some lights in somewhere. We also want some wood in the build. So I guess it's probably going to be spruce because I'll have the most of that. And spruce is easy to build with. Oh, I don't have any spruce. Oh, there you go. Jungle. I've already used a lot of jungle wood in the boat. I'm really short on wood. Shockingly short. I guess we're going to go and buy some wood as well then. Yeah, we'll keep going with this and then we'll come back and see what else we can do to the fountain. back, everybody. So you saw in the time lapse we've pretty much finished this path. The fountain's looking really good. We'll go down there in a second. But I thought I'd start off on top of the mansion here, on the villa, just to kind of walk through and give you a kind of summary of what's been done. We've got the lampposts, we've got the hanging lanterns from the trees which are lining the path. We've got this really nice combination of stones in the path, which always works out quite well, I think. I added some tuff in this time, which I don't normally use for these paths, and I think it's turned out great too. We've got a little campfire set up here, just to give the edge of the path some variation. You saw that I was planting some vegetables as well. There's carrots, there's potatoes around, there's some beetroot as well, and some wheat. And it gives things a splash of colour too. The fountain down here, which I will connect to this path. I guess I haven't done it yet, and I'm not going to do it before ending this episode. I want to kind of finish this episode off for different reasons. But the fountain itself looks great. I'm really pleased with how it's turned out. It lights up quite nicely in the evening when it's dark, so mobs aren't a problem, and it just looks good. It looks exactly how I expected it to turn out. So it's an achievement from that point of view. I'm pleased with what I've done. These arches have been added as well, as you can see. They weren't present in the time lapse. I think that they give it a little bit of extra character as well. So the path now connects the villa and the boat to spawn. I'm not sure how many people might walk along this path. It's not designed to be too practical in the classical sense of the word. A lot of people are using Elytra, as I am as well, to get around, because you've got to cover some decent distances in the server to get between people's builds. But I just like the path. I think it adds character, and it makes me feel more connected to spawn, which is important to me. I want to feel like I'm part of the server. Oh wow, that's new. Maybe I shouldn't be showing that. That was a new thing that this is what happens when you play on an SMP. You log on and someone has built something. Maybe I'll block that off with something on the video in case it's a spoiler. Oh gosh, this has changed as well. Down with the SOA. You are powerless, I will fight. Good lord. If you remember from the previous part of the video, there was a green tick, and now there's a flaming red mound of wool. Well, I think that's probably a good place to stop things, guys. There's obviously some shenanigans going on the server. And I'm actually filming this final segment after having been away for 2 weeks. So I was posting on the community tab on YouTube saying that I was going to have to take a forced break from the server. I had a work trip that took me away for nearly 2 weeks actually. So logging back on now to record this final segment, it's clear that many things will have changed for the better. Spawn, the shopping area, everything else is coming along really nicely. I'm really pleased. I think everybody on the server is doing a great job. But I should end things there. I'll say goodbye. Thank you again for watching, and I've got some really exciting plans for the future. One thing we never got around to is having the opening party for the boats, and that is firmly now at the top of my list of things to do. So we'll be getting onto that. We'll be hiding invitations, as I discussed, and doing some more decoration around the villa, around the boats, and hopefully we can get a good proportion of the server members on at the same time to celebrate. That would be a really fun thing for me. I would enjoy that a lot. So please join me there if you're available. And yeah, thanks again for watching. I'll see you in the next episode. Goodbye.